Hi guys, Mike back again with a Kickstarter unboxing. I've backed 3 Kickstarters in 2015, or I suppose I backed 4 Kickstarters really in 2015, and one of them was Martin McNeil's War Games store, but the one I'm looking at today is a game called Hostage Negotiator, which is a solo game. Those of you that have watched my previous board game videos will know I'm into my solo games. I go away with work quite a lot. Not that I take games with me particularly, but this one I do take away with me. Hostage Negotiator. It's by Van Ryder Games. It's compact. I can chuck it in my bag. It is solo only, and you play the part of a hostage negotiator trying to rescue hostages and capture and or kill the hostage taker, effectively the abductor they call them in this game. So I already had this. This was released middle of last year, something like that, via Kickstarter. I managed to pick it up in my local game store down in Firestorm Games at the time, and so I picked it up. It was £18, you know, bargain really in my mind. That's cheap at half the price really. And then they've kickstarted it again. Basically, they've done a second print run. So this is a first print. They did a second print run and put some extras in. And I backed the second print run basically to get all the extras. So I'm just going to show you Hostage Negotiator basic quickly. So these are some little expansion-y bits you've got as a backer. You've got an unknown abductor that you could print off and the instructions to go with it. So that's that. Little rule book. It's really compact again, like I say. You know, it's like 13 pages of rules. You know, it's really compact, easy to learn. You get your game board, your tableau, where you have your hostage pool. So you have X amount of hostages in the hostage pool. Then throughout the game, hostages will either survive or you rescue them. So they go up to the saved hostages, or they die or get killed, and they go down to the killed hostages. If more than half of the hostages die, you lose. You know, there's lots and lots of ways to lose, but you have to meet specific conditions to win. This is your tracker of where you are in your negotiations with your abductor, and then depending on how calm the abductor is on this scale here, determines how many dice you can roll. How many dice you roll determines how many hostages you potentially can save, or how many conversation points you can accrue. And then with conversation points, you can buy cards, effectively. You buy better cards to improve your hostage negotiation skills, effectively. So the game basically is the instructions and the tableau. So that's that. You get, and then these cards, that's it, effectively. You get a little conversation point tracker, which is a little speech mark bubble. You get your yellow hostages, you get your red abductor meeple, and you get 5 dice. Basically 4 sides are a fail, and sides 5 and 6 are successes with the shield there. So that's it basically. With the base game, you get 3 abductors. So you get this guy here, Arcane, he's the leader of a terrorist organisation. You get Donna, who's a lecturer who's been passed over for tenure, and she's mad. And you get Edward Quinn, who is a father whose son is really sick and he can't afford his hospital bills, and he takes the hospital staff hostage and threatens to kill them unless they save his son, unless they treat his son. So that's quite emotive, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, you know, these things happen in real life, like, so the game kind of reflects that. So you know your hostages and your crazed teachers and your emotional parents, you know, who do anything for their kids. So you get your 3 base abductors, which are cool. Then you get a second in, where are we? You get a second in command who takes over if you kill the primary abductor prematurely. The second in command will come into play if there's still hostages in the hostage pool. Then each Each abductor has got a major demand, which you have to uncover. So there's Arcane's and Donna's and Edward's. Edward's only got one major demand, you know, treatment for his son. You've got escape demands. And then you build up your terror deck. At the end of each turn, something terrible will happen. You get 10 terror cards. You select 10 terror cards out of this lot, and you get things like the abductor's mood will worsen, so you go up 1 on the tracker, which is worse. You have to draw and resolve the next red terror card, and bearing in mind you've only got 10 red terror cards throughout the deck, and if you reach the end of the terror phase and you can't draw a card, you lose. This one here, roll a die. If you fail, hostage dies. Make a threat roll. Success, hostage. You can rescue a hostage, or if you fail, one dies. So there's lots. I mean, these are all bad, basically. I mean, you know, something bad's going to happen, effectively. And then your last card of your terror deck is the pivotal event. So this is your last chance, last ditch attempt to save all the hostages and capture or eliminate the abductor. So it's a really cool, really quick. I mean, it only takes. I mean, some of my games have only taken about 5 minutes because everyone's been killed. But you can take it up to sort of 15, 20 minutes, half an hour maybe if you're being really considered in your decisions. And then you get these conversation cards basically, and conversation cards let you do various things. In the bottom right hand corner, they're worth at value. So from 0 up to 8 conversation points. So you need to accrue 8 conversation points on the conversation tracker to get the best card, where if you roll 2 successes, you can rescue 4 hostages and eliminate the abductor. I mean, that's pretty sweet if you could do that. But so yeah, I mean, and then there's a way that you can get these cards and select these cards, and you go round in turns, drawing terror cards at the end of your turn to try and rescue all the hostages, basically. So it's a really cool little game. Really like it. So that's what you get in the base game. Alongside that, on Board Game Geek, they did a series 1 of these Negotiator cards. This was with the first Kickstarter, I believe, and then they came available again on the second print run Kickstarter. So you've got these Negotiator cards. There's 10 of these, and these are people who basically sponsored the first game. I mean, I don't know who any of these people are, apart from this chap here, Box of Delights. I'm subscribed to Box of Delights games channel. His name's Ricky, and I watch his board games. So he's clearly sponsored a card, and he's had his likeness put on this card. So each one of these special hostage negotiators, you can choose one at the start of a game, and you can use their special skill once within the game. So there's 10 of those, so that adds a little bit of flavour to the game. So that's that. So I bought those separately from Board Game Geek. And then, well, there we go. Then we get to the meat and potatoes, as they say, of the game. And this is the Kickstarter. So that's the base game. The Kickstarter came today, and this is basically what we got. We got our little sheet of stuff of what we ordered, and everything's here, I'm happy to say. Came through the letterbox, which was great. It wasn't a huge box of stuff. And this was really cheap as well. So I pledged the $20 pledge and paid a bit extra. So basically my pledge was $20, and you get 4 abductor packs. So you get 4 new abductors basically. So I'll open a couple of these just so you can have a look. I also, so that was $20 for the 4 packs. I can't remember if I paid for these or not, but this is basically Series 2 Hot Negotiator cards. So the 10 cards that I had for Series 1, this is the second series of those. And basically some custom bits. So the meeples that we saw, so instead of the red meeple for our abductor, you could buy the meeples for the 3 base game abductors. So we've got Arcane there, and Donna, and Edward Quinn, calling him Edwin. So these are really smart, really nice, just like, so they're cool. So just adds, again, just pimps your game up a little bit, which I like doing. So I think these were $5, I think, just for the 3. And then for another $8, you they made meeples for the 4 abductor packs. So we've got, I don't know who these characters are. So I do know that there's twins in one pack, so you get a meeple for each one. The twins. And there's another one there. So yeah, that's cool. And then, last but not least, custom die. These are metal dice. So, and they're really heavy. I've never had metal dice before, but they're really smart, really nice quality. Oh, and they're loud. So yeah, they're really cool. So that was a little add-on as well. So I got those. And then basically, we got 4 abductor packs. So we'll just open one. I mean, abductor pack 1 and 2 were already available as far as I'm aware. So we'll open abductor pack 1 just to have a look. What you get. So you get 16 cards in each abductor pack. So you get your little rule sheet for abductor pack 1 rules. And then basically we've got extra or more conversation cards. So we get 3 of those. We get our Connor E. Ogden, our new abductor. So it tells you the starting demands and any special rules. You get, oh there we go, we get some more, we get a load of terror cards. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new terror cards, which are pertinent to Connor. So they've got his picture on them. So I'm assuming you would only add these cards if you're playing Connor, but these ones are not pertinent to Connor. These are just regular. So I'm assuming you just add these to the game. But I'll read the rules and have a look. And then we've got escape demand. So that's a generic escape demand. And then we've got our major demands for our abductor. So you'd only use these if Edwin was, oh sorry, Edwin. I'm obsessed with Edwin. If Connor was the abductor. So that's really cool. So you get a little bit of everything actually. Terror cards, conversation cards, and you know, new escape demands and stuff. So that's really cool. So that's Connor. Abductor Pack 2 was already available, so I won't open that one. So we'll just have a look at Abductor Pack 3 because that's new. We'll just see what we get. I'm assuming because they're all 16 cards, it's going to be more of the same really. So yeah, rule sheet. We get our terror cards. And again, pertinent to the abductor. So these are, oh no, so we've got a load of pertinent to the abductor and then maybe 2 that aren't pertinent to the abductor. We've got Stockholm Syndrome Tracker. Wow. Or new pivotal event, which is generic, it looks like. And then major demands, conversation cards. So yeah, fantastic. Oh, I'm really chuffed. This is such a, I mean, it's so cheap. I mean, it's no money really. I mean, it's such a fast-paced and in-depth game for, you know, for a few cards and a few dice. I mean, the thought processes into the game are fantastic, and all these new Negotiator abductor packs, you know, really add something to the game, really add a flavour to the game, which is which I really like and enjoy. So that's my first Kickstarter of 2016. Came really quickly actually. I mean, there was a little bit of a delay on the EU deliveries. I think the States had theirs first. But yeah, I mean, you know, a couple of weeks into January and it's here, you know, and it's all here and it's all fantastic. So thank you, Van Ryder Games. Really chuffed. And that's it for me for now. I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers, guys.